The umpires this afternoon, Brian Sheehan and Peter Howe. So away we go at Moorabbin. The Saints and the Eagles. First bounce of the game favours Jones, who gets it down decisively into the path of Gotch, who boots it down towards half forward. Main wearing in from the side, knocking away. Miles soccering out towards the boundary line. Winmar leads in the race out there, and it's out of bounds. Nicky Winmar up before the tribunal this week. A severe reprimand. No more. I suppose that's fortunate, given the mood of the tribunal at the present time. As the throw in on the outer side, knocked forward. Peter-Budge right on the boundary line, tries to keep it in play. Gathered over the line, so another throw in.
And Winmar playing at the full forward position, and these fellow forwards giving him a lot of area in which to move. Jeff Miles has the job on Winmar.
This crowd is building up. It's probably up around 12,000 now. As Malaxis scrambles a kick only about 2 metres, gets a second opportunity. Hoisted high down towards half forward. Elphinston in from the side, couldn't take the mark. Plays on quickly. Hand pass a wayward one. Socket off the ground by Grant down towards half forward. And it bounds on the full, and the Eagles will take the resultant free.
Malaxis to take the kick, the half-back's length. The Eagles. He's got in towards the centre. Laurie Keane. Let's see if he can get onto one of those big kicks of his. Spiral punt kick, and he has got some distance with that one. Up towards half forward. Lewis was the flyer from the back. Springing it in the back. Jones to take the free kick for that offence. Dwyer. And Lewis not letting him go. And the kick standing up a little bit into the breeze. Keane at the back. Ball paddled further forward for St.Kilda and picked up by Burns. A beautiful smother. Rance taps it out wide. Miles now chance for Winmar. Fumbles. Didn't get the first grab. Gets a snapshot in. That's not bad. And he put it through for a goal. I thought the fumble gone was going to...
Jones got it down. Barrage slips a hand pass out to Pios. Pios long into the forward line. All St.Kilda back there though. Stay inside the boundary too. Picked up by Frawley. He's got support. Goes with a long hand pass. Meantime, we've got a whistle, and I think Sheldon's going to get a free kick. He's taken unfairly as he went to Shepherd. So the players halted in the back pocket. The Eagles have the advantage of this breeze. Bright sunny conditions. Slippery underfoot though. Coughlin couldn't take the mark. Another St.Kilda free, and it's going to Daniels out there. Daniels wants to go. The umpire insisting he come back over the mark. St.Kilda the first goal, the only goal. Daniels, high kick towards centre wing, big pack into the air. Coughlin working hard early, threw it across towards Burns, it seemed. Peter-Budge right on the boundary line, scrambles a kick towards the pocket, and the mark is taken by Guy McKenna. Had a grand game last Sunday against North Melbourne. Goes for a centering kick, and down on his hatted left knee. Laurie Keane takes the mark, boots through the centre. Mark claimed by Elphinston, and it's paid. He plays on quickly and gives it to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey just right at the centre square. Looks out there for Coughlin. Plenty of time. It's one of the heaviest parts of the ground out there on the outer side. Winmar late on the scene, knocks it down. Gotch, Cunningham. St.Kilda running in numbers. You'll have to get rid of it quickly. Jeffrey does so. Backup support from Daniels. Nearly runs into his teammate. Did well to get a boot to ball. Coughlin roves the pack well after it came off the hands of Peter-Budge and Pios. Cunningham burns it as again. That could be a free kick for Malaxis. St.Kilda fans and Don Scott, as you heard, don't agree.
One on the side.
Laurie Keane, third kick. They've all been the same, long and high. Sheldon did well to get it away from his opponent. And you see Barrage on the receiving end. Good tackle from Dwyer, a little bit too late. Daniels in front. Holmes. Daniels does brilliantly from half back. And a shocking kick. Sort of nullified his good work. I don't know whether he had too many options down there.
He did.
What
he
good
had none, actually, looking downfield.
What good play by the young fella to back in and then follow up.
Jones cannons into the back of his opponent. Knocked down to Lewis. Holmes gets the front position. Coughlin, not the greatest of hand passes. Sheldon. Peter-Budge on the edge of the square. St.Kilda running in numbers at the moment. Long hand pass. Intended up there for Harvey. He's gone for a short pass. Tries to find Gotch. Grabbed by Lamb. Umpire says play on, and Lamb does just that.
Boots it back towards half forward. Pios showing a lot of courage, lunging at that one. Sock is off the ground. It goes out towards the left half forward boundary. Grant leads in the race. Tries to get it across to Sheldon. And the ball spills out of bounds. young Rob Harvey playing on a half-forward flank, reminiscent of George Young.
He's the great nephew of Neil Harvey.
Down goes Ania. Pios out of the congestion towards half-forward, and the veteran goes back to take the mark. Cunningham. Now he gets 50 metres. They brought some experience into this side. Cunningham, Grant, Gotch and Warren Jones all coming back today. So Cunningham up through the middle. The umpire still setting the mark. No eagle on the mark. That's terrible football. So Cunningham runs on. Kicks inside 50. Big Low is up. Worked his way to the front superbly and took the mark. He wanted front position that time.
Stuart Lowe with the biggest hands in the VFL, but not the greatest of kicks. Would be the low light of his career. Some of his kicking for goal. He's 50 metres out, just inside. See what he's done with this one. Well, I said he missed a few before. And he missed that one.
50th game today.
Yes. Congratulations for that. St Kilda leading by 7 points. We've been playing 6 3/4 minutes in the opening term.
Oh.
Beautiful kick, and that might give us a little bit of an idea how strong this breeze is. It's going to pick up too. Lamb is possessed by Peter-Budge. Beautiful pick up by Cormac. Peter-Budge let one go behind play too. No one chasing him. Matera gets around Daniels without too many problems and goes long. He'll be looking for Glendinning. Lewis at the back. Knock on by Jeffrey. Here's a chance for Barrett. The ball doesn't bounce too kindly. Lewis off the ground has put it through. It's gone.
A scramble in the centre. Coughlin left without the ball. John Ania at the base of all of that. Another ball up. Alongside the centre circle, the Rucks go at it again. Hooked down by Jones, taken by Mainwaring. He boots long into the forward line. Glendinning missed by Frawley. Glendinning a golden opportunity. Feeds O'Connell in the square. He turns around and pops it through. 2 goals in the space of a minute.
Well, that was a costly mishandle there by Danny Frawley in retrospect. Glendinning, who stayed behind and stayed down. Frawley went for the mark, obviously thinking that Glendinning was in hot pursuit. But he wasn't. He was dwelling on the mistake. The mistake came his way, and quick thinking by the captain there to get it across to O'Connell. David O'Connell, 21, played centre-half forward last week and showed a little bit in that position.
So 2 quick goals. The Eagles lead by 7 points. 12 plays 7 at Moorabbin. It's a wrestle at midfield. No one making any headway. A free kick plucked out of it by the umpire. It's going to be taken for St Kilda by Nathan Burke. That was up towards half forward. Chance for the Saints again. A shocking hand pass out to Barrett. And Barrett goes long. Only way to play it with the wind. Matera and Sheldon. Matera looking for the free kick. Ball finally socket loose. Lewis, can he make it 2 goals in the first quarter? Has to get some space. Good tackle, Jeffrey. And the ball spills free for Cunningham. Takes it to the member stand flank. Well, we've noticed the grass in this ground was fairly long, and the reason for that, they haven't been able to get a mower near it. I don't think as bad as many people expected it would be today. It's on centre wing. Plenty of advice from the St Kilda supporters. Jones and O'Connell. This is Coughlin. Down to half forward for St Kilda. Reading it well as Burns off the pack. Back to midfield. Chance for Bowie. Dwyer, grabbed but not in possession seemingly, and he'll take the free kick. Umpire says play on. No one standing on the mark, so he goes down towards half forward. Laurie Keane, a couple of hands to it. Mainwaring gets around Burns. Kick partially smothered. Back to Cormac. Cormac's gone for a pass up towards centre wing. Knocked away by Dwyer, and the ball out of bounds. Left half forward flank for the home side.
Good play there by number 29, Nathan Burke. Unlucky not to get a Guernsey this year in the state team, and his form not been as good since that state game in Perth.
Boundary throw in, one down by Lowe. Mainwaring, who's been in everything. Burke picks it up, kicks it back into the pack. This is Bowie, only 16 years of age. Bowie pulls it back towards full forward. Out comes Miles, in close attendance is Winmar. Miles boots it towards the boundary line on the outer side. It runs out of bounds. Or does it? Yes, it does. And will be thrown in. The Eagles have the breeze. Just over 10 minutes gone, opening term. the throw in. One down by Keane, sharked by Dwyer. Boots it back towards the pocket. All Eagles. Rance kicks it straight out of bounds on the full. 4 Eagles, not one bothered to shepherd. So the kick will be taken on the outer side by St.Kilda. It's Peter-Budge. 20 years of age, quite a deal of youth in this St.Kilda side. He centres the ball very abruptly across the ground. Trying to force his way through was Dwyer. Burns towards Harvey. He padded up that time. It comes across towards Big Laurie. King boots it out of defence back towards midfield. O'Connell was up, couldn't take the mark. Well done, David O'Connell. Shane unlucky, robbed of the ball by Burke. He swings it out wide. Dwyer finding some space. Bowie calling for the ball down the ground. Nice kick. Bowie has it inside 50. Burns is on for the short pass, and Burns has marked this one about 10 metres from goal. Some very lax marking down there by the Eagles' defence.
What great play also by Nathan Burke to rob the ball in centre field.
It was, wasn't it? A real good steal,
yes.
that one.
But not a very good kick from Burke. If he's got a fault, it is with his disposal, but it has finished up with Burns in the forward pocket.
He's a left footer, so this will be awkward for him. He's not a left footer. There's Burns. Hits the post. Bad luck for him in St.Kilda.
Wrong kick.
Actually, he was a left footer, Dennis. He just changed at that stage. Otherwise, it would have won straight through the centre.
So 1 goal to St Kilda, and the Eagles 2 straight on the board. They lead by 4 points. Jones in front. That will surely be in the back, on the shoulder, whatever, against Coughlin. Malaxos to take the free kick for the Eagles. Steve Malaxos from centre half back. 3rd kick. In towards one of the muddier patches on the ground. Elfin still, nearly had his head taken off. To try and get some firm footing, does so. Mainwaring chips in beautifully for the Eagles. Great play down to Pios. Pios at left half forward, onto Holmes, 50 metres out. Pios again, good tackling, onto Holmes. Gets his kick in despite the tackle from Sheldon. And Jeffrey's attempt to stop the ball, not successful. It goes through for 1 behind. So the Eagles first behind on the board, 2-1 to 1-4. At Moorabbin, 5 points the difference in favour of the visitors. Ken Sheldon, former Carlton star, the man with the football. One of the few veterans in the side. There's the other one that comes to mind, Warren Jones, and there he is. Also formerly of Carlton. Good bump by Bradley Gotch. Bad hand pass finally picked up by Pios. Another bad hand pass intended for Malaxos, and that's a steal. Taken away by Coughlin. Up to half forward. Oh, Winbar, brilliant mark. And some of the things he really does, Don, are brilliant, aren't they?
Oh, they're unbelievable. Really, words fail you. When Winmar's on song, words fail you. He's a tremendous player.
Well, they'll be singing his praises if he can kick this against the breeze. Be a difficult shot, 45 out. And he's hooked it slightly. It'll be 3 for 1 behind, if a score at all. So St.Kilda shakes the head, take their score along to 1 goal. I'll wait till they put it up. 1 goal through. So difference of 4 points, all back into play. Laurie Keane a little bit late on the scene. And the mark is taken by Grant.
Good strong mark, that one. Grant back into the forward line yet again. Winmar under the ball. All Eagles behind. It's gathered by McKenna. He slips over. Now he's in trouble. Turner upended. Burns emerges with it. Burns goes with the left foot.
Oh,
gets the goal. Great goal. Against a pretty strong breeze here at Moorabbin. Matera long towards half forward for the Eagles. Opportunity for O'Connell. Pushed in the back. Yes, he was by Sheldon. David O'Connell will get this free directly in front, about 40 metres out from goal. That's where this ground is heaviest. O'Connell playing well at centre half forward, as he has done in recent weeks. A short run, good looking kick, and just missed. It has. Minor score for the Eagles then when they desperately need goals. It's a fluky breeze. We saw Winmar miss at the other end. I think he expected more from the breeze. There it is. You saw the windsock briefly.
Forecast was for it to pick up, Dennis, and it's doing that.
It's the sort of breeze where going with it can be difficult as well, simply because it's hard to control the ball. Glendinning takes a very strong mark on the outer side.
And centering kick, trying to find Worsfold. Now, that wasn't the mark to Coghlan. He got a push in the back for his trouble. Applying the tackle was Elphinston, breaking clear, cutting him. It goes to Laurie Keane. He'll go for the long bomb. Slews off the side of the boot, though, unfortunately. Or we could put it down as a good pass to Chris Lewis, whichever you like. Laurie satisfied with the work. Lewis has the job to do, though, from the forward pocket. He'll have to aim for the right goal post. Let the wind curve it back in. Let's see how he reads it. Pretty good from here. It's a goal. First quarter. And about 12 minutes to go in this term. 3-2 to 2-3. The West Coast Eagles lead by 5 points. Jones and Keane, both fresh air shots. Matera palms it forward. Holmes fumbles. Keane again. He's doing well, Keane, proving more than just nuisance value. Free kick. It'll go to O'Connell against Elphinston. And let's see if he can use the breeze here. He needs to watch Laurie Keane's torpedo punt. Again goes for the drop punt. Still gets distance. I think that was touched. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
Touched behind the line, says the umpire. Well, from our angle, it was touched well inside it, but it's a bit like trying to pick the winner of the Melbourne Cup 200 metres from the line. Let's see it again.
Well, that is very, very interesting, isn't it? Look where the umpire was standing. Now, maybe he was standing in the wrong position. Should have been on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of that pack. And maybe the goalpost obscured his view. Interesting decision.
We're back in the middle. Jones wins it down. It's going to be a St.Kilda free. Dwyer will get it at the base of that pack. He's doing well in the middle. Coghlan is playing well for the Saints too. Dwyer wide. The mark is taken by Lowe. That was a strong mark. Lays it off. Jeffrey, well-directed kick, pops it straight out of bounds on the full.
That ball is holding up in the breeze, so that is an indication the breeze is very strong.
Eagles 4-2, St Kilda 2-3. Steve Malaxis deep in his own defensive area. Centres. Laurie Keane gets it across to Dwayne Lamb. Lamb from half-back, long towards half-forward. Robert Elphinston behind, knocks it forward, finds it on the ground. He's in trouble, was tripped according to the umpire. He gets the free just inside the centre square area. Elphinston lowering his colours at the present time to O'Connell, who's had 6 kicks. Elphinston's kicked very wide. Lowe is up, fisted away by Rance, taken though by Burke on the ground. He boots it back towards half-forward. The Eagles there in number. Young Harvey, almost an opportunity to go through, lays the tackle, but the hand pass comes from Lamb to Anea. Now it's with McKenna. McKenna gets it to Worsfold. Worsfold goes again over the top to Malaxis, to Lamb. Nice work by the Eagles. Penetrating kick, deep into attack. Crawley wrestles Glendinning. It hits the ground. Down goes Cormac, knocks it back to accommodate Holmes. It was good endeavour, but Elphinston comes away with it. Quick rebound opportunity now for the Saints. Grant's got it on centre wing.
All right, confidence, bouncing the ball on this surface. Tries to find Winmar. Oh, miraculous mark. Will be paid by the umpire. They had Tony Lockett. The Saints with this fellow can be very, very dangerous. But he's their focal point of attack today. So Winmar with the breeze against him. I would say almost an impossible shot from there. Some height there from the Eagles. Laurie Keane, great grab. Had his name written all over that one. 8 kicks so far to Keane. He's playing seemingly a loose man in defence down there. He's done well. Over to Pios. Back towards centre wing. Knocked away by Burke, not successful. The rebound to Lamb. In pursuit is Dwyer. Up towards the right half-forward flank for the Eagles. Good defence by Frawley. Elphinston fumbles. That's the Eagles in. Cormac looking for a free kick. Throws it out to Lewis. St Kilda fans didn't appreciate that. The umpire on the blind side. Jeffrey off the ground. Up towards midfield again. Coghlan scoops it out. Dwyer covering plenty of territory. To left half-forward. Trying to trap it as Peter-Budge. Out to Little Gotch. To Coghlan. And St Kilda working the ball forward. Low again, but trying to mark from behind. Burns, who kicked a great goal, tries to get it to Gotch. Onto his left foot. Peter-Budge. Oh, try some Diego Maradona stuff. and nearly booted what would have been an amazing goal. St Kilda player down in the forward pocket.
And he doesn't look too good either. Let's hope it's not serious, but he is in
Gotch,
pain.
is it?
Yeah.
I think that was when he got that hip and shoulder before. It looked a fair bump, Dennis.
Yes, it did. Ball comes back towards midfield. Offhands taken by Lamb. Bradley Gotch in real trouble. On the bench, the Saints have Rice and Barker, two experienced players. Here's Sheldon. Now, Gotch is a rover. Wouldn't surprise if the men were watching with the ball as we see Gotch coming off the ground. Ken Sheldon is pushed up and perhaps Rice goes into a back pocket. Bradley Gotch, once travelled footballer, one of the most courageous players in the competition. Sheldon towards the outer side, fisted away by Rance, taken by Daniels towards half forward, storming down. Bowie taken high surely, and he'll get the free kick. St Kilda 2-4, the Eagles 4-2. The Eagles have the breeze, and we're well into time on now, or approaching time on rather. Clock a little bit slow at this ground. Opportunity from Alexis to McKenna. He's at centre half back, goes out wide. The mark is taken out there by Pios. Okay, 23.5 minutes. Official. Handed by Matera. Down towards the pocket with the kick. The Eagles have got a 3-on-1 situation. Here's Lewis. Lewis 35 metres out, pulls it back across his body. And they should have done better, but how the heck did they get 3 players opposed to 1 in that area?
Well, maybe St Kilda a little bit disorganised after Gotch had to leave the field. So Danny Frawley, who's done well on Glendinning so far. In front is Wow Jones. In front is Pios again. Now it's Coughlin. And not able to get clear, running into a brick wall. And the umpire has decided on a bounce. We're 50 seconds away from time on in the opening term. Well, St Kilda would have been happy with their start in the first part of the quarter. The Eagles, though, have got on top in the last 10 minutes or so. Matera, a little bit slow to get rid of it, holding the ball. And the advantage rule played. Grant takes advantage of that up to half forward, missed by Mainwaring. Rice has just come onto the ground. And a very courageous player he is, too. Malaxos reads the play better, plays it off to Lamb. Straight downfield with the breeze, the best way to play it. The Eagles doing just that. This is Matera again. In front, Glendinning. Good punch away, Frawley. Barrich, right forward pocket, snapshot. Off target, out of bounds, left forward pocket, went right across the face. In front of Coughlin for the throw in.
It'll be a good battle between Glendinning and Frawley. It's already been mentioned, but it's still shaping into one of those classic battles. Both very strong in the body.
Jones behind. O'Connell has done well so far. Almost been deemed in possession there. Sheldon, I think, has put that out on the full, so that's another Eagles free kick. Kilda, I think, have kicked out on about 4 or 5 occasions already in this quarter. 3. Well, that's correct. I guess it's not how many, but where. Laurie Keane has been about their best player so far. Finds Mainwaring. He would have to be one of the leading contenders for the Brownlow if you take overall possessions into account. Well up there in that statistical part. Oh, Lewis. Great mark in the middle of the pack. The silence resembling the public library. So Chris Lewis has already kicked 2 goals and has had 5 kicks. So he and O'Connell, real focal points. He shouldn't miss this one. And he's put it through for his 3rd.
Gone. The Eagles out to lead by 17 points. Malaxis to Worsfold. Towards half forward with a kick. Knocked on intelligently by O'Connell. Cunningham held without it. He'll get the free. The defensive side of half back.
Cunningham now playing on Lewis. They've made a change. St Kilda and Jeffrey further up the ground.
Burke is charged there by Barrett. Middle alternative. Burke towards centre wing. And a fist on at McKenna. Off the ground by Lamb towards the boundary. McKenna content to run it across. 5-3 the Eagles. 2-4 St Kilda. 27.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Very even game so far. It's going to be a free kick to the Eagle on the ground. Instead of O'Connell. There's Laurie King. Laurie King, what are you talking about? He picks himself up. 2.5 back has been superb in this opening term. He's very close to the man on the mark. He's getting 50. Well, he's getting close to the man on the mark. It was a question perhaps of the man on the mark coming close to him.
Laurie Keane a little bit shaky on the feet. If he was in the boxing ring, he'd be going pretty hard at him now.
Clearly his first quarter influence on this game didn't escape St Kilda.
Well, Laurie Keane going at a pace that would not worry the contenders for next year's Storm gift. Coming up to the mark. Oh, more than useful ball. That's very close to putting it through for a goal, actually.
That would have been an inspirational goal.
It wouldn't have. It wouldn't have.
It's a prodigious kick, Laurie Keane. Whether he gets onto the drop punt or the torpedo, he can certainly hoof it.
34-16. Jones from right back pocket for St Kilda. Up to Peter-Budge, who marks in front of Pios. John Peter-Budge from the right half-back flank. Not a well-directed kick. Ball stops like a plucked golf ball in front of Turner. Throw-in will be centre wing outer side. Saints breaking down across the half-forward line at the moment. Jones and Keane again. A free kick to Keane once more, I would venture to suggest. So Big Laurie having a great first quarter. Oh, and another ball to get around Burns. Keane to half-forward. Thumped away by Cunningham, picked up by Holmes, runs into plenty of trouble. Out to Pios. His kick is high. Frawley had tried to knock it away from Glendinning, succeeds in doing just that. The ball stays in play. Barrich could have got one in the back. Holding the ball, says the umpire. That's a little bit harsh. And Cunningham breaks away with the ball now. Lewis in pursuit. And he gets St Kilda out of danger.
Around the other side with a kick, Worsfold was up to knock away. Coughlin close to the boundary, working against Holmes. It's out of bounds. And will be thrown in. Coughlin, marvellous first term for the Saints. It's been everywhere. Jones and O'Connell do the ruck work. One down by Jones. It's going to be a free kick to O'Connell. Certainly worked his way to the front. Got the reward. And O'Connell on the outer side. About 65 metres out from goal. So a fine game last night at the MCG. We covered that one between Richmond and the Brisbane Bears. A small crowd. Not a bad crowd, I suppose. 15,000 or thereabouts. Big crowd here today either, but a very competitive game. Lewis has kicked 3 goals, working hard. It comes wide of the pack. Matera after the siren. Out of bounds on the full in any case. So it's quarter time at Moorabbin, and the West Coast Eagles lead 5-4 to 2-4.
For the fellows feeding off him.
So we start the second term. The Eagles lead by 3 goals. Jones trying to knock it away. Bowie, a hand pass towards half forward. Taylor, it's held without it. Another Harvey. He's got the free kick. Goes across ground. Up was Rice, couldn't take the mark. It falls to Burns, who boots it down towards full forward. Fisted away by Miles. Opportunity for Ania. Deep in the back pocket, John Ania. Surrounded. Does well. Kept his cool. Gives it to Miles, and Miles is away. Runs up towards half-back. Kicks towards centre wing. Ball holding up in the breeze. It's fisted away by Barrich over the top of Burke there.
It's interesting that Jeffrey's out there by himself, so obviously the West Coast may be trying to stack the back line. They're kicking against the Sprees in the second quarter.
Boundary throw in, and it's going to be a free kick. The Eagles, again, Warren Jones surrendering front position. Just checking some of the individual stats as Laurie Keane takes yet another kick. His 12th possession, 6 marks. The outstanding man on the ground in the first quarter, certainly. Burns has had 7, Coughlin 7, Cunningham 7, Dwyer 7. As Bowie drives towards the forward line. Rance in deep trouble, tackled by Peter-Budge. It's going to be a free kick to Rance. He was a little fortunate there. Malaxis 8 possessions, Pios 8 through the first term, and now it's going to be a free kick to Steve Malaxis, his 9th possession up.
And 50 metres. Well, he was grabbed high. St Kilda fans obviously thought he was off and running. You could almost put that down as a professional 50-metre free kick. He wasn't going to let him go at all. Elton stood in front, O'Connell behind. Cormac overran the ball. He gets a second chance. Up to Glendinning. That could bounce through for a goal. It's bounced through, okay, but not for a goal. One behind. For the Eagles, kicked against the breeze. St Kilda managed 2 goals against it. But their forward line at the moment not really functioning as Darryl Baldock would like. In front is Peter-Budge. That's a good mark. And gets rid of it quickly. Picked up by Burke. And Grant doesn't let him down at the left half forward post. St.Kilda going long now with the breeze. Low, off his hands. At the back is Rice. Winmar. Oh, high tackle. John Anea lined him up.
I'd like to see that on replay. The elbow wasn't raised. High tackle. I thought it was hip and shoulder, and Winmar was a little bit low.
Well, he was low. He was attempting to pick the ball up.
Come up into replay. Rice, the quick handball out. Winmar. Oh, I don't know.
Winmar's kick is off target, judging by the lack of reaction behind the goal, and only one behind. So a bad miss by Winmar. Probably still a little bit groggy. Shaking his head again. I think he's kicked 1-2 so far. 5-5 to 2-5. The Eagles lead by 3. It's a good long kick against the breeze. Jones in front. Keane tries to fling it out, almost one-handed. Jones does get the hand pass out. It's a St Kilda free kick though. And it will be going to Coughlin or Burke. Coughlin. Coughlin to take the free kick at left half forward. Oh, strong mark. Miles, good in the air, relays it to Anea.
Anea running out towards half back, lacking support, does it himself, well played. Lewis, that spare man in defence, back to Anea, back to Lewis, making hard work of it. Great tackle by Cunningham. Jarred free. Bowie, awkward hand pass. It was intended for Grant. Bowie, was he pushed to the back? Not according to the umpire. Mainwaring searches the boundary line out. The hand pass runs out of bounds and will be thrown in. So Lewis, the spare man in defence as he was last week against North Melbourne in the third term. Cunningham has gone down the ground with him. There's Cunningham. He's over the ball. The umpire decides to move in and bounce it down. 5-5 the Eagles, 2-5 St Kilda. Hard-working game of football this one. Keane has been superb, wins it down. Mainwaring towards centre wing. Cunningham, courageous mark, sliding across the face of that pack. They were bearing down on him. Puts the hand pass across to Peter-Budge. It was an Elphinston. Elphinston eventually finished up with the ball. Either one could have had it. Grant, the strong mark. Dwyer over the top. Here's Peter-Budge. Swings it down towards full forward. It's a high floater. Big pack at the fall of the ball. It's knocked forward. Rice can't control it. Right on the boundary line, Dean Rice. What a shot! That's gone through for a goal, but it was out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in. So Dean Rice, perhaps deprived of the goal of the day. That was a gem, but we've got a boundary throw in. In front is Lowe. Keane works his way to the front. Lowe hooks it backward of the pack. Rance does well, gets it across to Turner, and Turner brings it to centre wing.
Turner's kick long. Daniels robes the pack well. Centering kick to Dwyer. Opposition from O'Connell. Backup support from Jones. Gets one too high or in the back. Peter-Budge. St Kilda tries to find Winmar. Miles taking the good mark again. Looping hand pass to Anea. It's around Coughlin and Harvey. Up to Jeffrey. Burke. Daniels fumbles. Good shepherd by Jeffrey. Now chance for St Kilda again through Bowie. Oh, beautiful pass. And Stuart Lowe takes the mark. Now he's well within kicking distance with the win, but as I mentioned in the first quarter, his kicking often leaves just a little bit to be desired.
And Anea about to come up for the West Coast Eagles, and warming up on the bench, number 36, David Hart.
What's he done with this one? Crowd seems to like it. The goal umpire says it's a goal. Bowie again driving them forward. The left forward pocket. Tap on intended by Winmar. Only got one at the back. Recovers well. Out the Burns in the goal square. Who pops it through? So terrific hand pass by Nicky Winmar after an early fumble. The hand pass was a gem. 2 goals in 45 seconds.
Well, I thought Winmar a little bit casual in going for the ball with Miles in, but just what great skill and composure that man's got. A tremendous effort there by the West Coast Eagle. I think that was Miles trying to throw himself across Burns' boot. I thought he may have blocked it because Burns also looked very slow and casual in his approach to goal. But nonetheless, he got it through. And terrific play, Mickey Winmar.
Greg Burns, 2 goals. Lively on the forward line. So a near off the ground. That is surprising, as Don said just moments ago. 5-5 to 4-5, and Hart is standing up Grant. Grant can take a good mark, so a bit of a gamble by John Todd. Here's Daniels, held without it. No, play goes on. Malaxis collides with Cormac, shows courage to go back after the ball. Cormac paid the advantage. The free kick was awarded to Malaxis. Deep into attack goes the kick. Glendinning got it down towards O'Connell. Off the ground goes his soccer. It's pushed across the line by a diving Danny Frawley.
And Mainwaring, the loose man in defence for the West Coast.
Pushes up towards midfield as the kick comes in from Frawley, straight down the middle. Very much a game of tactics at the moment. Jeffrey in deep trouble. Out wide with a kick, grandstand side. It's a foot race now. Rice comes up to meet it. Rice pursued by Lamb, and the ball goes across the boundary line and will be thrown in. Sounds like a main course. 5-6 to 4-5. Here's Keane, who'll do the ruck work opposed to Jones. Jones in front, slaps it down defiantly. Dwyer, well played. Dwyer forward at centre wing towards half forward. Getting a hand on it, McKenna. Brilliantly done by Lowe. Bowie, he's over the ball, surrounded by Eagles, held without it. And you can sense the tempo of this game is lifting.
St.Kilda supporters certainly finding voice. And young Bowie tries to find Lowe. Rice reads the play well. It's out of bounds. Right forward pocket. A little bit of heart being shown by the Saints in this quarter. 9.5 minutes in. Fighting back from a 3-goal deficit at quarter time. They have the breeze in this term, of course. Matera past Turner. And that would surely be in the back to Hart, would it not? The obvious reception to that decision, but nonetheless a correct one, I feel. Bad kick.
Boy, goes short on the back line.
And Grant, with the wind, has a chance to kick this. He'll be kicking from outside 50, kick number 6. As we ask that question, Don, so many times, don't we? Tries the torpedo, he'll get the distance, we'll wait on the accuracy. Love to see those kicked.
They're beautiful when you get onto one of those torpedoes, and David Grant got onto one. It looked classic off classical kick off the boot, but the accuracy a little astray.
So 1 behind to the St Kilda total. 1 goal the difference. Keane underneath it, best man on the ground so far. Keane directing traffic from centre half back. He's got out towards the right centre wing position for the Eagles. Wow, Jones is showing he can balk as well. Trapping it as Low, firing out the hand pass. Coghlan and Bowie again. This little fellow's playing a great game at half forward. Well, the umpire coming in.
50 metres.
50-metre penalty. That should put him right on the goal line, because you can see he's right on 50 now. What was that for, Don?
I think Pios ran across the mark.
Well, we saw it
right on the goal line
last night at the MCG. A couple of 50-metre penalties. One resulted in a goal. And this fellow having his 8th kick. He's put it through for a goal. Goal to Bowie, his first.
So the Saints making up the deficit very quickly. It's Laurie Keane, no fault of his. Just over 12 minutes gone. So now the Eagles with a real test confronting them. Worsfold out of the middle towards half forward. Well played by Cormac. Elphinston stood his ground well. Cunningham shovels a hand pass out. Worsfold goes in. Gathered again by Cormac. High kick towards Lewis. Daniels comes back on him. Lewis showed great courage. Little alternative, but eyes only for the football. The kick from inside 50 will be going against the breeze. The breeze should push this from left to right. Chris Lewis has already kicked 3 goals. He's been lively. The ball hasn't been down there much in this term. That's an interesting maneuver. There's Dwyer over it to Cunningham to Jeffrey. Now Lewis obviously felt he couldn't get the distance. He tried to improve it. Jeffrey's kick's gone out of bounds on the full. That was very poor football by the Eagles. Turner's got the resultant free, though. Back towards half forward yet again. Cunningham, great judgment that time. Players zipping in front of him, behind him. He was watching it closely into his hands. This is Burke, forward of half back now. Nathan Burke towards half forward, low up, one-handed. Laurie Keane trying to rove the pack. He can't do it all. This is Harvey at close quarters towards Lowe. Lowe paddles it towards half forward, kicks inside 50, Mainwaring. Bowie did well to knock it away. Peter-Budge over the top. Dwyer trying to knock it towards the boundary. Mainwaring assisted him with a lot more gusto and got it out. We'll have a boundary throw in.
See Trevor Barker running along the boundary line too. Perhaps to come on shortly. That's the applause you may hear in the background. Laurie Keane. Good tackle, Coghlan. Ball drops free for Turner. Turner to the 50-metre line. Worsfold. Great mark in front of Dwyer.
And Jeffrey coming off as St Kilda, and Barker going to half-back flank, playing as a loose man.
And the kick dropping a little bit short. Daniels has it knocked away by Holmes at the last minute. Kilda fans obviously believing it was a mark. It is going to be a ball up at midfield, just on the Eagles' side of centre. And there he is, Trevor Barker. And the veterans in the St Kilda side. Here's another, Wow Jones. There aren't too many, so it's probably useful to point them out. Malaxos and Elphinston. Out to Barrich. Out to Coghlan. Holmes gets there first. Lewis. Daniels. Cunningham. Assistance from Daniels. Umpire says holding the man. Cunningham will take the free kick. No, he won't. It's going to Elphinston. Up to half forward and near in front. It's knocked away from him. Cormack, well played by Joe Cormack. Hand pass over to Worsfold, to half forward. Malaxos, Jones late on the scene. O'Connell, strong mark in front of Elphinston. He's already kicked 2 goals, but against the breeze, 55 out.
O'Connell with a short pass. Frawley fell over. Glendinning takes the mark. Glendinning would only be about 30 metres from goal, if that. Quite an acute angle. It's about 15 metres in from the boundary line. Ross Glendinning, well held so far in this game. Kick is on its way. Holds up into the breeze. It falls in short, almost a mark to the man in front, Holmes. Cunningham, or was it Barker eventually who got it out? Cunningham deflected it across to him. Peter-Budge, now he marked it.
Now that's a free kick, surely.
Has to be. The Lamb in front. Not paid. Bad umpiring. Burke. Not a good hand pass. Mainwaring with courage. Picked up by the man who took that freak mark, Peter-Budge. Gets it across to Coghlan, who's been a star. Kick towards half forward. Burns couldn't hang on. Coming up Winmar. Burns has got it back to Winmar. There's a man on in the pocket. Winmar goes goalward. And he's put it through. The Saints lead.
Well, I just sit here and shake my head in amazement. When Winmar does something and it finishes up a goal, you know, it's just amazing. He is an amazing footballer, Nicky Winmar. He can't handle a tag, but when he is given space in which to manoeuvre and use that ability, one step, a kick from 45 metres out, magnificent stuff.
2
and
goals,
also good play by Burns.
Yes, and of course they're still talking about that mark. Was it a mark? Was it a free kick? Warwick Kappa has been allowed them. Saints fans come alight. They lead by a goal. St Kilda. No, Ruckman gets it down clearly. Lewis, good use of the body to put Coghlan out of business. Up to Elphinston and O'Connell. Holmes having front position. Daniels in pursuit. Just about caught him. So the hurried hand pass goes St Kilda. Now it goes the Eagles' way. Up the half forward. In front was Sheldon. Matera spins out, shoots at goal, scores a level again if that's through, and it is. Jones and Keane. Keane's had the better of that duel so far and has been one of the best on the ground. Malaxos takes the hand pass. It's McKenna to right half forward. Oh, O'Connell again, strong hands. He's had the better of Elphinston. Not too many options though for Baldock up there. He hasn't got too much height in defence. Holmes, easy mark. Well, that was uncontested, so bad checking by St Kilda.
What St Kilda should realise is this ball is going to drop when the ball is being kicked into the breeze. Now, O'Connell has taken 2 marks because of the fact that he put his body in front, and Elphinston just couldn't get anywhere near him because the ball did drop. And the same in that occasion there with Holmes. He was the only man in front. The ball dropped. Easy mark.
So Don Holmes directly in front, 20 metres out. Shouldn't miss, and he hasn't.
About 20 minutes gone in the second term. Laurie Keane opposed to Jones, who's favoured by the bounce. Alexis, who's been busy in the second quarter, over the ball. Cormac deflects it out. Keane can't find it in there. Wide of the congestion. It's forced forward by Lowe. He threw it according to the umpire. Guy McKenna with the free kick. Inside the centre square, he boots it towards half forward. The kick favours Barker, though. Took it a shade easy. As a result, didn't take the mark. Elphinston. That's been a fine duel here in O'Connell. He boots it towards half forward. Succeeds only in giving it away. Rance has taken the mark for the Eagles. Runners going to the outer side. Here comes grandstand side and favours Burns with a kick, who stood his ground and takes the mark.
Will always stand his ground. Greg Burns, a very courageous player and not frightened to dish it out when required.
Poor disposal from players of both sides. Burns has kicked a couple of goals. He's on the wing. Now towards half forward. Very wide kick. Low is up and he takes a strong mark. Big lump of a centre half forward is Stuart Lowe, his 50th league game this afternoon. Goes down towards full forward. Winmar is outnumbered 3-1. And guess who? Laurie Keane. Deep in defence now. Hand passes to Miles, who boots it back towards midfield.
Midfield it is. Burke. Barker. Gets collected by Lewis. That'll be downfield. Barry had it anyway.
I didn't see a lot wrong with that.
I didn't either, to tell you the truth, Dennis.
Bowie decides to play on, looking for Winmar. Low, beautiful smother Miles. It was just a block. He turned away from it. Main Waring gets the Eagles out of danger. Only for a short time. Rice plays on. Didn't know his opponent was that near. Guess who?
What a game.
What a game. Yes, 3 votes coming up in the Brownlow. Hardly doing a thing wrong. A little bit slow was Hart. Matera. Malaxos. A little bit slow. Anea. Out to Hart. And Worsfold takes the mark. Back to Malaxos again. Good block by Burke. Malaxos once more. Out to Barrich. Barrich on the move to Cormac. Barker. Daniels gets tripped up. Will take a free kick. Another one of the youngsters. Darryl Baldock has pinned his faith in this year. He hasn't let him down either. Long kick. Over the top, Peter-Budge. Nearly raked it in. Oh, no mark though. Matera. Turner. Would have been a miraculous grab. Could have got a free kick out of it. Worsfold. Umpire says no. Knock on by Dwayne Lamb. Anea got ridden into the ground. Worsfold, some tunnel ball. Finally socked away by McKenna into the open spaces of the half-back flank. Daniels again. Some good work down there. Oh, as you said, Donny can dish it out. Main Waring to take the free kick.
I won't say what he did.
Laurie Keane. How many kicks has Laurie Keane had? Must be over a dozen now. In fact, that is correct. Number 13. Dwayne Lamb. The Eagles finding some space on the half-forward line. Breaking away, cutting him. Good tackle, Holmes. Lewis goes in solidly. It's going to be a St.Kilda free kick, though. And it will be taken by Cunningham, a little bit short of right half-back flank.
23 minutes gone in the second term. Cunningham, grandstand wing. McKenna up in front takes the mark. Told to play on. Centering kick. Alexis has been a star in this quarter. Almost run down from behind. Spears one into Glendinning. He shielded the ball with his body superbly and took the mark on his chest.
And that's no mean feat against Danny Frawley, because Frawley is a very strong body player as well. Good tussle between those two.
That's Glendinning. Goes Goldwood. This is pretty close. I think it's okay. It is.
Through Worsfold to get it forward. Barrich, good knock on. Down to half forward. Overrunning it was O'Connell. Holmes off the ground. Daniels and Matera. Matera trapped it, holding the ball. So claimeth Daniels, not so saith the umpire. Not much of an attempt to get rid of it. Jones on his own. Not too much support down there. Barrich. He went the right way on the back line towards the boundary line. Glendinning palms it out. And it will be a rushed one behind. So 13 points the difference now. A useful lead. I feel that the Eagles may be able to hang on to that going into half-time. And, of course, they'll have the breeze in the third quarter. Grant just about tripped up. More Eagles in numbers. Matera around Sheldon. Cormac, easy goal. Again, some loose checking.
But what good play by the two little fellows. One, Matera, to dispose the opposition with the ball, then getting it a handball across to the little fellow, his opposite number, or I shouldn't say his opposite number, his teammate. A good left-hand handball. And Cormac by himself runs into an open goal. Good play, Eagles.
So St Kilda's good work at the start of the quarter being nullified in the last 5 minutes when the Eagles have come back with 3 goals against the breeze. 25.5 minutes gone, second term.
Big effort this by the Eagles. After 14 minutes, St Kilda had erased the quarter-time deficit. Against this breeze, the Eagles showing a lot of fibre as Malaxis has been a key element in the comeback. Sends towards half-forward, and Holmes is knocked off for holding the ball. Daniels is a classy young player. Gives it to Elphinston, who boots towards half-forward. Barker's on the forward line. Tries a hand pass. Came unstuck. Socket off the ground by Hart. Mainwaring, well played. Towards half-forward with a kick. Awkward one. A lot of courage shown there by the man going back, Daniels. Didn't know what was coming. He took the mark. And only 17.
9 kicks.
Towards half-forward. Knocked down by Keane. Opportunity for Coghlan. Well played by Coghlan. Low, not nimble enough. High tackle, surely. Mainwaring comes away in any case. Goes in short. Worsfold has lowered his colours in the middle. Sweeping hand pass out wide, taken by Barrage now. He runs forward at centre wing. Barrage's kick isn't a good one. Cunningham, good tackle laid by Matera. Daniels has got the run of it again. Daniels hooks it around the boundary. Not much on offer down the ground, so he did very well to put it out of bounds for the Saints, who have stopped. Bearing in mind they wrested the lead from the Eagles after they drew level. They got the next goal. So in the last 15 minutes, the Eagles really have dominated this game against the breeze. Laurie Keane gets it forward of the pack. The hand pass comes across towards McKenna. Malaxis has it right on the boundary line.
So Connell fumbles. St Kilda must get a couple of goals if they can before the half-time siren. This is Hart. Lewis, too speedy for Cunningham. Marking right on the boundary line, but outside the 50-metre mark. 7.5 minutes gone, so about 2 or 3 minutes remaining. Glendenning. And he's got away from Frawley in the last 10 or 15 minutes of this quarter. He's kicked only 1 goal. I can't recall him having a kick in the first quarter. Only 3 kicks so far, and they've all been in this term. Glendenning, 35 out. And that's another one.
Well, it was a good passage of play there by the captain on screen. He started from behind Frawley on that occasion, waiting for the lead, and also Lewis was looking for a lead because he realised he couldn't put the ball down there. It'd just go up high and drop down, but the St Kilda backman should have come down and at least closed that hole up. Glendenning, intelligent play, led quickly to the hole. Lewis looking for the lead, got it, and a very good kick. Well done, Eagles.
Well, the difference is now 4 goals, and St Kilda has the breeze, so if there's to be a match-winning part of this game, we're watching it right now. The Eagles playing some very, very good football against the breeze in the second quarter. Back into the centre. Jones and Keane. Keane too tall. Little Bowie grab. Didn't have the ball. Dwyer. Good tackle. Holmes. Jeffrey can't get clear either. Booted up by Malaxos, it might have been, towards the half-forward line. Elphinston taps it forward, only to see Lewis in the road. Sheldon comes up from the back pocket. Good tackle by Matera, putting him under pressure. Same 2 again. Throw in outside 50 metres. Probably the warmest day we've had in Melbourne for quite some time. And I dare say in that regard, helping the Eagles. Cormac. Matera. Sheldon in front. Holmes behind. Through the legs of Jeffrey. It'll be a St Kilda free kick for in the back. And it will be taken by Ken Sheldon. Sheldon at the right back pocket. Getting plenty of advice from the crowd. Hugs the boundary line with the kick, looking for Lowe. Thumped away by Rance. Two number 23s doing battle. And the throw in left half forward flank for the Eagles. Jones wins that one. Ania's kick only travels about 8 metres. Knock on by Jeffrey down to Daniels. Jones again paddles it forward. Mainwaring may have got into the back of his opponent. Peter-Budge will take the free kick.
Approaching siren time. Peter-Budge goes long towards half forward. Barker was up in front. Keane takes the mark.
He's had a purple day today, Laurie Keane.
Towards half forward with a kick. Rice picks it up at centre half back, comes across the ground. Awkward one for Jones. Draws a man, goes over the top with a hand pass. Daniels tracking it out towards the boundary. Oh, he made it hard for himself, and it's now out of bounds and will be thrown in. Much maligned footballer is Laurie Keane. Quite often, unfairly, behind the pack, an opportunity for Ania towards half forward with the kick. There's the halftime siren. And the West Coast Eagles have come back meritoriously towards the end of that quarter and lead 10-7 to 6-6 at the major break.
Trevor Barker at centre half back on David O'Connell. Elphingston, he didn't pick up a man, but was running on from the wing side of the centre square.
30 seconds gone in the second half. Worsfold out of the centre towards half forward. Floats for a long time. Barker got a fist on it. Coughlin. The Saints move it towards their half forward line. They need some early goals, St.Kilda. McKenna gets it across to Rance. Long kick towards half forward. The Eagles with the numbers. Barker, intelligent fist forward. Jeffrey hooks it out to Cunningham. He's been busy, Cunningham. Flat kick, and he finds Burns. So the Saints working up into the breeze. Testing time for them. He goes out wide. Lowe was up, got a hand to it. Winmar and Miles behind. Miles fell to the ground. Rance slaps it out of bounds. And the central umpire says throw it in.
So that boundary throw in about 35 metres from the behind post. Laurie Keane, best on ground in the first half, wins it from Stuart Lowe. Matera. Ball thrown out to McKenna. Mongaxos. Hart. Rance over the top of Winmar to Miles, and the Eagles get well and truly clear. Peter-Budge will go to spoil on Mainwaring. Does it effectively. He puts his opponent in the back. In fact, that is the case. Cormac will take the free kick. Left centre wing. Not a great pass. Jeffries, no trouble to knock the ball over the line. And we'll see it thrown in. Outer wing.
Actually, Elphingston seems to be picking up Keane.
Bit of height discrepancy there, Don. Another free kick. This time it's going St Kilda's way. And they had a deficiency of 25 to 18 in the first half in the free kicks. It's taken by Jones. Turner. Good hip and shoulder by Coughlin, I think it was, as Matera boots them forward. Glendinning went for the tap out to Barrett. Didn't quite work out. Daniels got a nice old heave-ho on the back. And he'll take the free kick. He gets up limping. Barker. Right on the boundary line. Nathan Burke. Right half-back flank. Shows them how it should be done. Keane in front. Hand pass comes out to Dwyer. Spins out beautifully. Not too much support. Now Peter-Budge gets it back to him. Dwyer grabbed when not in possession. And he should take the free kick, which he will do, short of the right half-forward flank. St Kilda showing a little bit more endeavour than they did in the latter stages of the second quarter. Coughlin. Short pass, and Elphingston has taken the mark. Don, where is he playing?
Well, he's playing, looks like he's playing a loose man now on the forward line, and what he's doing actually is picking up Keane. Now when Keane's off the ball, Elphingston's picking him up. On that occasion he got away from Keane, created the optional man.
Harridge coming off the ground, Pios coming on as Elphingston gets the goal for the Saints. Mainwaring out of the congestion towards half forward. Barker's under the ball, over the top O'Connell. Players going in very solidly. Pios does well. A hand pass went backward at the target though. Matera made amends. And Lewis wastes it out of bounds in the left full forward pocket. Interesting to note at half-time in the other games with a bearing on 5th position as far as people in Perth are concerned. That's the one they're following today. 5th spot. All the fluctuations involved there. Footscray lead. There's Matera. Snaps towards goal and kicks her behind. And Essendon lead too. So the West Coast Eagles need the 4 points this afternoon here at Moorabbin. They go along to 10-8 with Matera's behind and St Kilda 7-6.
Approaching the 5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Frawley boots it back into play. There's Elphinston again. God, I saw McKenna was loose.
Well, actually, I think McKenna is the loose man. Elphinston's supposed to be playing on half-forward flank, and they've taken McKenna's man away.
Pios's kick, marked by Cunningham, in front of Lewis. To Barker. Well, he's doing a little bit better in defence. We didn't see too much of him in the first half. Burns, the flyer. Peter-Budge in front of Hart. And well done. Gets a good bounce, and he's got plenty of speed, this fellow. From 65 metres out. Knocked down by Lowe. Opportunity for Winmar. It's out of bounds. Right forward pocket for St Kilda. 5.5 minutes got in the 3rd term. St Kilda against the Breeze in this quarter. Lowe and Keane. Keane in front. Cormac for Mick. Good punch away by Grant. Dwyer got one too high. Coghlan takes the rebound. Low up towards full forward. And a good safe mark was taken by Rance, and he relays it and turned to Lamb, who puts it out of bounds.
Oh. It's interesting, isn't it, football? The West Coast should be defending to the outer flank, yet they come around here and attack to the near flank, whereas St Kilda should be attacking to the near flank, yet they're attacking from the outer flank.
Understood. Here's Daniels. Wobbly kick. And the mark is taken in defence by McKenna. McKenna to Worsfold. 2 youngsters combining there. Holmes. Cormac easily around Jones. Long towards half forward. Glendinning coming down the ground. Got it off hands. Sweeping hand pass out wide. Foot race towards the boundary. Barker's outnumbered. Was he pushed in the back? Yes, he was. He's going to get the free kick. Trevor Barker down.
I think he helped that a little bit, Trevor, using his experience.
Getting up very slowly. Trevor Barker, what a fine player he's been over the years. Started today on the interchange bench. And in the bright sunshine at Moorabbin. Leaves the pressure on the Saints. Comes grandstand side. And the mark is taken by Grant, who for his size is a very good mark, to Cunningham. He's got a lot of possessions for the Saints. Towards half forward with a kick. Knocked out of there by Hart. Keane roving the pack. They all stay off him, so Laurie unloads for a long kick, and long it is. It travels about 70 metres. Glendinning surrounded by St Kilda players, one of whom, Jeffrey, grabs the ball and finds the boundary line.
Just inside it. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. 67-48 in favour of the Eagles. They haven't won a match in Melbourne this year. And if you say no, he's wrong. Well, they won one in Geelong. We don't count that as part of Melbourne. And well, Jones won't be part of St Kilda if he keeps kicking like that. Or Warren Jones. Interesting, wearing a long sleeve jumper today. He generally wears or prefers the sleeveless jersey. Down he goes. Daniels. Oh, gets away from Pios beautifully. To Dwyer, left centre wing. Lamb. He goes back in front of goals. He's got Miles there. He clears away from Rice to the outer side. Mainwaring leading Peter-Budge. Mainwaring left half-back flank for the Eagles. Predictably with the long kick over the head of Jeffrey. Holmes gets there first. Coghlan in pursuit. Backup support from Worsfold. Not a well-directed kick though, and the mark taken by Grant in front of the near and half-back. Gets it back whence it came. Was that a heave-ho against Mainwaring? Robert Elphinston to take the free kick. And that ball standing right up in the breeze. Rance in the back against St Kilda. Free kick going to Turner. Dean Turner, who of course had a couple of seasons over here at Fitzroy. Cormac couldn't take it. Coghlan can at midfield. Down the centre. Winmar, clear, not clear. Burns into trouble, caught by McKenna, and that's just about holding the ball. And in fact, that's what the umpire has done.
9 minutes have gone in this term. You get the impression the Eagles are being a little bit careless. They need to get a goal or two. They haven't added.
Seem to be playing within themselves, Dennis.
Yep. Just the solitary behind kicked by the Eagles in this term. This is McKenna. It's been St Kilda who've done all the attacking. This is Rance from half-back towards centre-half forward. Cunningham is there, fisting away. Mainwaring. A little indecision. Dwyer, who's dominated in the pivot, loses the ball this time. He's over it. Could have almost been holding it. Cormack at close quarters to Keane. That made it tough for the big fellow, but he reels it in beautifully. Over the top then to Lewis. Lewis runs inside 50. Long kick. I think it's good. It is.
He's been a real thorn on the St Kilda side this afternoon. So is Laurie Keane. Breaking away is Hart. No, but Hart's kick, not a long one. Barker, a good fist away from behind, finds Cunningham in front of the near. To Peter-Budge, Mainwaring catches him, still gets his kick in. That was well done. Bowie, beautifully done from the youngster. Lewis got him, great tackle. On the bottom of it is Hart again. Boundary umpire will throw it in right on 50. Clock showing the time gone in the third quarter. Keane get an effective tap out. Fresh air shot by Hart. Gives it to Keane. Standing start again with his long kick. Ball beating Peter-Budge over the boundary line. Throw in on the centre wing. Nearly 12 minutes gone in the third quarter. More endeavour shown by St Kilda in this term. After a lacklustre second part of the second quarter, which could prove costly in the final analysis. McKenna. Cormack. Eagles on the move. Good hip and shoulder by Wally Matera. Put Sheldon out of business, and he can straighten for goal. Silence behind the goals indicates it's all clear. Like the public library. So Matera's second, and a real steadier for the Eagles.
It's real disconcerting playing under those conditions. You bang away at goal, there was just no enthusiasm or response from the crowd at all. But good use by the little fellow there of his body, because Sheldon has got a little bit of size on Matera, but just at the critical time, the hip just went into Sheldon, edged him out, and Matera, because the forward line's so open, ran into an easy goal.
31 points the difference in favour of the West Coast Eagles. Grant, the ball spills for him. Now it doesn't. Mainwaring gets there first. And we'll see another ball up just wide of the circle.
It's interesting what Warren Jones is trying to do. Use one hand, which is his right hand, and hit with his left. The right hand going into Keane's body, but he's not doing it particularly well.
This time he gets it down, but Hart sharks it. Kicks towards half forward. O'Connell couldn't take the mark. Socket out of defence by the Saints, but it's gathered by Pios. Pios goes long. It's a vacant goal square. Bounces through for a behind. Just wide of the target. So the Eagles picking up the tempo a little bit in the last 5 minutes. Lead 12-8 to 7-6.
Actually, the scoreboard here, Dennis, says 12-9. 12-9-81.
Ball on the outer side, picked up by McKenna, who is roving that pack close to the boundary line. Hugs the boundary line with a kick. Great mark taken in front by the veteran Ken Sheldon. Strong as you like. Sheldon from half back towards centre wing. Rance is in front. Lowe does well to hook it behind. Keane deftly gets it across to McKenna. Sweeper over the top. Mainwaring's in trouble. Tackled by Lowe. Lowe didn't realise where the ball was. Slaps it towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds. No, the Eagles keep it in play. Only as far as Sheldon. Crashing into Sheldon was O'Connell. And the call against O'Connell was too high. Well, they were knees around Sheldon's head that time. Almost jumped over Sheldon. Ken felt that one. Half-back, Sheldon again relieves pressure around the outer side. Good mark taken by Murray Rance up in front. No, in fact, it was juggled across the line. So the boundary umpire calling for the ball out of bounds on centre wing. Bad luck for the Eagles.
15 minutes gone, third quarter. Keane and Jones. Neither really gets it effectively. Elphinston kicks it straight to Hart. Glendinning and Frawley. But an enthralling battle, that one. Now Cormac, I think, socked that off the ground. And he's put it through. Approaching the 16-minute mark now, and that was Cormac's second goal. And a very handy one off the ground too for the Eagles, opening up a match-winning lead now. Malaxos on the bottom of the pack. Now it's Turner's turn. McKenna rather. Puts it out to Malaxos, to the half-forward line. Sheldon over the top, tried to mark. He should have punched from the back perhaps. Coghlan to Peter-Budge. In front is Bowie, and Hart beats him to it, but he won't get the ball. The boundary umpire will have it, and it'll be thrown back into play. Short of St Kilda's right half-forward flank. Lowe and Keane. Keane over the top to Matera. Elphinston, and just about threw it out to Peter-Budge. Holmes. Matera, roving the pack well. Short pass, not quite sure for whom that was intended. Might be a free kick against Anir. And it will go to Grant of St Kilda at right half-back flank. 17 minutes gone. Over the back is Rance, spinning away Jeffrey. Well, in fact, almost spinning away Rice. Burns at right half forward, useful dummy, and then gets caught by McKenna. Turner shows them how it's done from midfield. Out comes Jones, fumbled at the crucial moment. So too the opportunity for Lewis now. Out to Pios, this wide of centre wing. Pios's kick hugs the boundary line. Close to it is Sheldon, and who's put it out of bounds on the full. It will be a free kick to the Eagles, and the recipient probably will be Pios, or will it be Glendinning?
St Kilda's skill level deplorable.
It's going to be Glendinning to take the free kick right on the 50-metre mark. Glendinning has kicked 2 goals so far. A good kick from there. Centred the ball well enough. Kicked it straight to Trevor
Barker in the back pocket towards half-back. Opportunity now for Cormac, about 35 metres out from goal. O'Connell on all fours, slaps it across towards Mainwaring. Deep in the pocket, Sheldon goes towards the boundary line and in fact has success. He picks himself up rather slowly. He's been knocked about a bit in this term, Ken Sheldon. Throw in behind Matera, blanketed off the boot brilliantly by Burke. They need more from him though, the Saints. Burke was pushed in the back and he'll take the free kick. 13-9 to 7-6. You get the impression.
50-metre penalty.
Yes, a 50 against the Eagles. Doesn't hurt too much down there. Brings the kick up to midfield. Time gone, approaching 19 minutes. So you get the impression that if the Eagles can kick a couple more goals, it's going to be almost beyond St Kilda to get back into this game. Bowie held without it, must get the free kick on the 50-metre line. He's too far out to score. I'm sure St Kilda sensing that. They're getting out of their depth now. And they've got to get some goals. It's going to be hard to hold their opposition. Beautiful kick from Bowie. He finds Winmar on the lead.
Beautiful lead by Winmar as well.
Winmar, who kicked from about 35 metres. Angle of about 60 degrees. It won't be easy. Starts at left, it stays left. That's twice Winmar has misjudged that breeze a little. Really hasn't pushed it across as much as he thought then or in the first quarter. 7-7 plays 13-9. The margin was 25 points at halftime, 18 points at quarter time. Chris Lewis has 4 goals. He hasn't added to that total. Yes, he has. He's got 1 in this term, hasn't he? This is Burke. Burke from 40 towards full forward. Miles drifting back takes the mark.
And Winmar on that occasion caught out of position. Goes to the outer side. Worsfold, the high flyer, can't bring it down. Making clear is Mainwaring. Boots it up to the centre. In front is Grant. At the back is Barker. Good support by the St Kilda veteran. Burns over the top to Cunningham. Now some space on the wing for Burke if he can get clear. to half forward. In fact, it was nearly to the forward pocket. Holmes on the 50-metre defence line for the Eagles. Looping hand pass to Malaxos. He goes straight down the ground with the breeze behind him. And Danny Frawley. Good use of the body to out-bump Ross Glendinning. Sheldon. Saints covered. Good mark though by Robert Elphinston. He's lobbed it high, Ranson low, and Lowe almost took that. In fact, it has been paid by the umpire. Stuart Lowe a long way from goal, 75 to 80 metres. Oh, Winmar, great leap, tremendous mark.
What a magic leap. Spring heel Jack.
Great athlete, this fellow. Well, we've used some adjectives this afternoon to describe his play. What he has done has, shall we say, been spectacular. Free kicks, incidentally, 36 to 22 in favour of the Eagles. Off the ground, Bowie, and a goal. In favour of St Kilda, not the Eagles. 87 to 55 is the scoreboard. Barker at half-back gets St Kilda out of danger, tries to find Sheldon.
Sheldon keeps the ball in play, goes towards centre wing. Wayne Waring leads back in the race, but it bounces across the boundary line. John Worsfold there has had his problems on Dwyer today. Approaching time on. Nicely done by Jones to Burke, smothered by O'Connell. Back towards Burke. Meeting the sandwich was O'Connell. He's going to get a free kick, is he? Unfortunate, he's hurt too, David O'Connell. Taking a long time to get up. Be a blow. He's been a very good player as far as these Eagles have been concerned today.
I think he's a bit winded.
He's more than a bit winded.
Bleeding from the mouth too there.
It's the second time he's been on the receiving end in this the third quarter. Behind play earlier, Wow Jones let him have a couple of rights. He wasn't too good after that either, and he doesn't look too good now.
Meantime, the kick has been taken down towards half forward. Too high surely on Ania. Cormac trying to go through the pack. They battle after it. Worsfold an opportunity. Going nowhere. It's pretty willing in there. The Saints realise now they've got to make their move.
Stretcher coming out. In fact, two stretchers are coming out. I don't know which one's going to get there first.
David O'Connell. A sandwich between two St Kilda players. Let's watch this again. Watch Jones. He comes across and crashes into O'Connell on the ground. Oh, did a little more than crash.
Well, that was the third right that landed for the quarter.
Dear, oh dear. So,
I think he got winded when he got hit by the ball in the groin area initially, Don. That was accidental.
Which was accidental, Jones's
No, the ball was. If you watch that again.
Just watch the right hand. That's what you've got to watch.
That was the coup de grace, as it were.
Oh dear. David O'Connell in the wars through no fault of his own.
There it is.
Right hand.
He's already been hit by the ball.
Oh.
Jeff Fennick would have been proud of that one.
Well, it's good to have television replays. That's what I think. 13-9 to 8-7.
Warren Jones a little bit lucky that the umpire was in the position that he was and didn't see it.
I think there may be more of this, though. Don't worry about that. And back up the car. We've got to leave quickly tonight, Don. If you get my meaning.
I am leaving quickly.
So David O'Connell coming off the ground. That's
he's
he's all right. He's all right. He's lifted his head.
Well, that's a good sign then. So a lapse in the game. It was starting to hot up. 13-9 to 8-7. And this will be a long quarter now. We're into time on officially. We've played just over 25 minutes.
So play will restart when the stretcher reaches the boundary line. And you can see there O'Connell bleeding rather profusely from the mouth.
And Brennan coming on. He'll obviously go to centre half forward.
So it's a bounce inside the square on the outer side as Brennan takes up his position. And what the umpire, as he's waiting until a stretcher has cleared the ground altogether. And that is now the case. 32 points the difference. Time on being played third quarter. Things might start to hot up. It comes to Burns. McKenna in front of Grant. Ania. Plenty of time for the kick over the head of Jeffrey. Mark or free kick to St Kilda's Burns. Burns at the right half-back flank for the Saints. It's safe mark to Mainwaring on the outer wing. 12 kicks so far. The VFL's leading possession gatherers in season 1988. So as such, we'll have to poll well for the Brownlow. Down by Jones. Loose ball scooped up ultimately by Wally Matera. Matera's kick is high inside 50. Knocked away by Frawley. Good defence by the St Kilda captain. Malaxos, Daniels. Which way? That way. Cormac spins into trouble. To his credit, he did get his kick in, and Frawley quite content to see the ball over the boundary line. Throw in about 25 metres from the behind post. Scoreboard 87 to 55. 27 minutes have gone, third quarter. Jones over the top to Coghlan. More Eagles players in abundance, and McKenna, who'd moved down from the half-back line, taking the easiest of marks, and Keane maybe telling him how to kick a torpedo punt.
Alexis. Pardon me. Peter was just miles in the clear.
He's gone for the drop punt with the breeze. It won't quite get there, off the hands of the pack, and one behind. So the scoreboard showing a 33 points lead to the West Coast Eagles. 27.5 minutes gone in the third term.
Here's Frawley. He's done well on Glendinning. It's been an absorbing duel. Frawley towards the outer side. Elphinston takes the mark. Now if St Kilda could get a late goal here, it would make for a big finish. They'll finish with the breeze as Barker drives around the outer side. Fisted forward out there by Lamb, who battles up again. Still over the ball. It's Sheldon of St Kilda. There'll be a ball up on the outer side. 13-10 to 8-7. The Saints showed us in the second term they could erase a lead. What was it? Back then about 18 points. About 12 minutes. That ratio. The Eagles would need about 5 or 6 goals at three-quarter time. Sheldon boots around the outer side. Good mark. It's taken by McKenna. Now he's away. No, it's going to be a free kick. It's going St Kilda's way out there.
Interesting.
Lowe's going to get it.
Against Rance for holding.
It was there, was it, Don? Low, or rather low, towards the full forward area. Off hands taken by Keane, who boots it back towards the outer side. Burns has it back towards the pocket. Elphinston takes the mark. He's about 40 metres out from goal. Weiss is on for the short pass in the pocket. Ignores that. Burke calling for it, but that would take a good kick to get the ball to him. Elphinston goes for distance, right down towards the goal face. Keane is up, drops the mark. Winmar on the goal line. Has he got it? Yes, he has.
He's found Daniels. Daniels tries to get clear and succeeds in getting clear of Pios. And Kilda fans finding voice for the first time in a while. Malaxos, he runs into a teammate, has left to McKenna to do the tidying up work. Sweeping hand pass to Anea, caught by Grant.
That's what's called a hospital pass.
Too high, says the umpire. And Anea will take the free kick.
He was well set up there, John O'Neill.
Right into... he caught him high ultimately. I don't think he was aiming high initially. He got the free kick. I guess that's what counts. Should have been a free kick as well. I reckon to Brennan. Picked up by Mainwaring. Too long for Lewis, who was the leaper. Sock it away. Lewis and Sheldon in hot pursuit. Out comes Glendinning. Frawley. Good defence by the St Kilda captain. Cormac. Saying off because he might have got a free, and I'd agree with you.
There's a fight at the other end too.
Between Anea and Grant.
Not surprising, they were the two that tangled just minutes ago. The umpire throwing it up, must be pretty heavy out there. Knocked down by Jones. Peter-Budge picks it up well. Hugs the boundary line. And puts the kick over, so not good play by St Kilda. It's Grant and Anea. No love lost between that pair, obviously, at the moment. Mainwaring. To half forward, Barker's fist sees the ball safely over the boundary line, right at the 50-metre mark. 31.5 minutes gone.
Well, this has been a very careless quarter from the Eagles. Look back with regret. Boundary throw-in on the outer side. 13-10 to 9-7. very winnable from here as far as the Saints are concerned. They've simply stuck at it in this term. Barker across the goal face. Awkward bounce for Daniels. Theos reluctant to go to the ball. Sheldon's got it on the boundary line. Knocked away from Bowie over there. Daniels, was he pushed in the back? Yes, the umpire says he was.
A very timely free kick for the Saints there, because Lewis away would have resulted in a score.
So Daniels, his 13th kick upcoming. He's been a very good player, only a youngster in the Teal Cup side last season. I think he was eligible again this year. Sends play towards centre wing. Keane on his knees. Lamb knocked on by Hart. Opportunity for Rice sliding in there. Matera comes away with the ball. Can the Eagles get a late goal? Great courage shown by the big fellow Jones. Slaps it out. McKenna crashing through was Barker. Going in solidly Cormack. He was held without it. And Cormack will get the free kick. The crowd won't like that. He'll kick from about 55 metres out. Man on in the pocket. He thought about going to Holmes. He elects not to. Siren sounds. So Joe Cormack, in his first season with the Eagles, has an enormous kick here. The hearts of an entire state. Well, almost. There might be a few St.Kilda supporters over there. George Young would be one. John McIntosh riding on this kick. How does it look? It falls short. The Saints hang on. Three-quarter time. The Eagles 13-10. St. Kilda 9-7. We're set for a big finish. There's nothing more certain than this place will be jumping if the Saints can get a couple of early goals as they did in the second term.
And Malaxos, the loose man in defence for the West Coast.
Ooh. So.
And Dean Rice may be going down to pick him up. I can see the Rice moving up to the defensive side of St. Kilda square.
So the Eagles start the final term with Malaxos a spare man in defence. They're looking to hang on to this lead. So the stage is set. Keane battling in there for the Eagles. He's had a fine afternoon. Matera goes after the ball. Down goes Daniels, and the umpire calls for a bounce. The Eagles have led at every change.
It's interesting what the Eagles did then. Lamb was in for the centre bounce. Hart, playing in the back pocket, was out. Now they've done the switch. Hart will go onto the ball. Lamb to back pocket.
Jones wins the tap away. Burns tackled well by Mainwaring. He's tried hard this afternoon. Pios towards half forward. Hand pass comes out nicely. It's taken by Holmes from Brennan. Across to Hart. The high kick down towards full forward. Missed by Frawley. 2-on-1 situation, but the one is Glendinning. Well, on this occasion, I think, content to get it across the boundary line.
It's a bad miss by Danny Frawley. An easy chest mark. A man of his experience and responsibility should have taken it.
Malaxos, the spear man, is pushing up the ground. So he's a kick behind this action. But on the wrong side of the ground is Coughlin. Breaks our way. That's the members' side. Burke mishandles, but does well. Knocks it back towards Coughlin. Coughlin tries to thread it through back to Burke. They lose it. No, they work it forward still as Burke still involved. Gets it across to Peter-Budge. Elphinston got the hand pass to him. That was good work by Elphinston initially, but now it's Miles in defence.
He goes to the defensive side, which is the outer side, and he's got Pios on his own. Rance, 50-metre defence line, long kick. Wow, Jones. Coughlin tries the short pass, leading out Sheldon in front of McCormack, in front of McKenna. Nathan Burke at midfield. At the half-forward, Winmar. A good bump put him out of business, and it will be a bounce inside the 50-metre line. Actually about 40 metres out, directly in front of St. Kilda's attacking goal in this final quarter, which has been in progress now just over 2 minutes. Keane has rucked tirelessly all day. Turner over the head of Sheldon. Ania centres the ball. Mainwaring in front of Peter-Budge. Just kicked to centre wing off the hands of Rice. Trapping it well as Brennan. Into the open spaces on the Eagles forward line. Glendinning leading out well. Jeffrey. Barker. Back to Frawley. Beautiful smother Lewis. Glendinning onto Holmes. Down goes Coughlin. Dragged off it. Could have had a free kick. That is in the back.
Is there any consistency?
Well, there were two there similar. He paid one and let the other one go, Don, didn't he?
Well, I thought the umpires are now playing fellows a dive on the ball. If they don't make an attempt, they've pinged. We'll just watch this quickly on replay. Coughlin going to ground there. Holmes. Got to watch hard. Oh, that was dropping the ball. Umpire missed it.
Eagles should have got 2 kicks.
Actually, he was ridden into the ground. I must agree with the umpire in hindsight.
You always were an umpire's man, Don. 3.5 minutes into the final term. This could be a valuable goal for the Eagles against the wind. Oh, it doesn't even make the distance. I was going to say it's out of bounds on the full, but it didn't quite get that far.
It's a right angle kick.
And Frawley sees it safely over the line. Throw in about, must be 20 metres around. So as you said, a right angle kick. Jones at the back, palms it out the back. Elphinston. Turner, strong grab. Too tall for Dwyer. Turner. Centering kick up to midfield. Pios. Pios goes long. Jones, a juggle, and has been paid the mark.
Second mark for the day.
Does that at parties. Across it comes to Frawley. Frawley up from full back towards centre wing. Down comes Lowe, couldn't hang on. Spills wide, taken by Malaxis, surrounded. Scrambles a kick towards half forward. It was touched. Knocked on by Lewis. Coughlin roving the pack. He's been tireless today, Coughlin. Holmes does well to Matera. Matera 35 metres out from goal is missed. A behind. Plenty of pressure now in this game. The Saints, the bottom side in the competition, fighting for pride. Trail by 28 points. They need some scores. Elphinston fisted away well by Hart. Clever hand pass from Matera. Worsfold tackle. Slaps it away. Burke's over the ball. Should get a free kick. Burke's at right half back. Haven't seen enough of him today.
And the West Coast bringing their forwards up the ground and getting more numbers around the ball.
High kick. Laurie Keane in position. Laurie Keane takes the mark. Away he goes. What a wonderful game. Deep back into attack. Knocked out of there by Barker. He finds the ball on the ground. Gets it across towards Jeffrey. Jeffrey back towards the half back line for the Saints. Brilliantly gathered by Lewis. Great tackle there by Rice. Lewis gets it wide. Worsfold to Turner. Turner a centering kick. Malaxis. Too much carry for him though. Pios. Great dash by Pios. Pulls it back. Intended for Matera. Knocked away by Jeffrey just in the nick of time. Matera surely holding the ball. No free kick. The umpire will ball it up.
The umpire on the wrong side of the pack on that occasion.
Bounce at half back to St Kilda. Forward for the Eagles. Down to Matera. Right foot snapshot will go pretty close. And Danny Frawley this time doesn't make a move of the chest mark. It certainly would have been a score. To the boundary, to member stand side. In front is Elphinston. Almost took the mark. Knocked away at the last minute. Burke, good tackle, Lewis to Jeffrey. Attempted smother by Holmes, not successful. High ball. Underneath it, Mainwaring and Peter-Budge. Miles, close to the boundary line, keeps it in play. Out to Rice. Spearing pass up to Lowe, doesn't let him down. Bowie, good tackle, Mainwaring.
Great tackle by Mainwaring.
Also dragged down. And Widmar and he, obviously not on the best of terms. Free kickers going Mainwaring's way for that tackle. 16 kicks so far. He doesn't seem to have had that many. I guess he hasn't been a dominating player. But a good afternoon's work nonetheless. Good 50 metres in the kick. Knocked away by Lowe. Elphinston. The space at right half forward. Out of bounds in front of Lamb and Burns. So St Kilda, 7.25 minutes gone in the final quarter. Need to get a couple of goals and quickly. The Eagles still with a rather comfortable cushion. Keane in front. Low behind. Sheldon, is he on the ball? Snapshot over the shoulder is indeed close. Anir quite content to see it through after Grant had spilled the mark. And one behind to the home team. Still haven't scored a goal in the final quarter. In fact, neither side has. It's 89-62, 27 points the difference, which it was at three-quarter time.
Real battling game of football this one as Anir kicks in towards the outer side. Jones up the top, fisting away. It's taken by McKenna. to Malaxis over the head of Cormac. It sits in the mud. Cormac drives it through centre. Barker is up, and that's a fine mark.
Well, the Saints have got to attack at all occasions, go straight down the centre.
Daniels back towards half forward. Sheldon's in front. McKenna gets a fist on it, taken by Dwyer. Bowie swings it out wide. In front, the mark is taken down there by Grant. So Grant will kick from about 35 metres out. You wonder about some of this hand passing from St Kilda, especially that one in front of our commentary position, low out wide to Bowie. It got him into trouble. What they need to do is kick the ball quickly over that spearman in defence. If they can get it past and turn the defence around, then they're in with a show. That time they did. This is Grant.
7 marks.
Oh.
That's why he's been playing in defence, Dennis.
And his second point for the afternoon. David Grant should have kicked that.
That would have, I think, given St Kilda some impetus. As it is, they still face a daunting prospect, given that we've played about 9 minutes now. So they've made very few inroads. 9-9, 13-11. Kick in from Anea. Going straight down the middle, and why not Keane the target. Winmar upended. Daniels going nowhere. He was held without it, according to the umpire.
There are eagles everywhere unattended when Anea had that ball, and he had a lot of options and decided to go long.
David Hart can't believe it, but Daniels has the kick, and you can see the 50-metre line there. Coming in for what will be kick number 15. And he has the breeze behind him. What a shocker. Sort of one of those golf shots you shank. So the Eagles through Lamb should be able to get out of danger. Not a good hand pass intended for Turner, who does well to ultimately get a kick in. Well, Jones, leave it, partner. Dwyer was going to take it. Centering kick from the big fellow. Coughlin to Grant. It's mark number 8. And he's almost in the same position.
I don't know whether that was a purposeful pass.
The result was okay.
Well, the
John.
result was okay, wasn't it? Didn't look very good off the boot from Coughlin.
He's tried to guide that through. He might have been successful. He has been.
Well, David Grant's
Kentucky Fried Chicken announced 2 great new specials. 10
Still by 20.
Worked out of the centre by Anea towards half forward. Brennan almost the mark. Lewis going through. Still it's Lewis towards the outer side. Bowie. The Saints have got the numbers out there, but Bowie can't pick it up. He's upended. Lewis crashed into the pack. Now the advantage is played. It was going to be Bowie's free kick, but Daniels comes away towards half forward. Up was McKenna. Roving the pack is Hart. He storms away from half back. Long towards half forward. Appear to be some interference there to Rice. Matera's taken a great mark behind. So Wally Matera, I'd venture to say, too far out to score. It's a good mark. It's a good mark. So Matera will kick from on the 50-metre line. Glendinning leads. A lot of St Kilda players back. High kick from Matera. It'll drop short. Over the top, the big fist comes from Jeffrey. Off the ground there by Bowie. Taken by Daniels. Daniels swings it towards centre wing. Burke's in front. Up he goes. Should have taken the mark. McKenna finds Malaxis. Malaxis chips in short. The mark is taken by Pios. So Pios outside 50, only just. The side leading by 20 points, and we've played about 13.5 minutes in the term.
15 kicks.
The Saints finishing with a strong breeze. Over the top, Holmes couldn't hang on. Daniels crashing his way through the congestion. Rice over the top. Peter-Budge soccers it towards half back. Malaxis comes to meet it. Well played, Steve Malaxis. Back into the pocket goes the kick. All St Kilda. Taken by Jeffrey. Swings it back towards centre wing again. Winmar slips in between 2 opponents to mark. Awkward one for Barker. Oh, great hand pass. Great vision. Peter-Budge is away. Shocking kick. He punches it on, though. Inside 50, almost worth a kick in the end. Taken there by Lamb. Back towards centre wing. And Keane takes the mark.
What a great game he's played. 12 marks he's had. Main bearing on the wing. McKenna with speed. Not a well-directed kick, though. As it turned out, it was okay because Brennan marked it, but it was very close to out of bounds on the full. You can see where Brennan is, how close it was to the line. Brennan right on the 50-metre mark, or what's left of it. Receiving plenty of advice from the St Kilda crowd. Gets a lot of distance with the kick off the hands of Glendinning. Barker, well shepherded by Elphinston. And the former captain goes long to the outer side, over the head of Pios and everybody else for that matter. It will be thrown in close to centre wing, but still on the attacking side of centre for the Eagles. 20 points the difference. Translated 3-2. Keane and Jones both misjudge it. Elphinston taps it back, and the receiver Matera onto a Nia. Glendinning and Frawley. Frawley looking for interference. Got a great duel down there between that pair.
He's got reason to shake his head, I think, Danny Frawley that time.
Boundary throw in. 25 out from goal. Over the top, Brennan. Oh, Barker clean bowled. And again, a couple of fumbles. Has to get the hand pass away. Finally, St Kilda clear the ball towards the centre wing position. It's a real race here. Mainwaring should get there first. He does. Lays off the hand pass. Effective to Turner. Back to Mainwaring. St Kilda pressuring and pressuring, but they can't put the score on the board. Clock showing approaching the 15-minute mark of the final quarter. Boundary throw in. Almost left half-forward flank for the Eagles. Jones and Keane down to Holmes. A high ball. Jeffrey, and takes a courageous mark.
Jeffrey in the back pocket to Cunningham. The Saints being held up about here. Keane again. Single-handedly, Laurie Keane, well, a couple of exceptions, is keeping the Eagles in their fight for the 5. Back towards half-forward. On the ground is Barker, and the umpire decides he'll ball it up.
St Kilda win the ball as much as what, or will have today, as much as what the West Coast have, but their skill level, they just surrender it so easily, whereas the West Coast can capitalise.
This is Matera. Matera pulls it back. That's a good effort from there. Frawley, it may have hit the post, or Frawley got a fingertip to it. It's interesting because now Keane and Malaxis are both hanging back, and really in that situation, the position players like Peter-Budge and perhaps Dwyer should go up on those spearmen and run away from them. And the ball is coming down. They're staying off them. Kick into midfield. This is McKenna. Goes back a long way, but finds Rance. Now Rance is in trouble. Did well. Kept his cool to McKenna. Mainwaring now in midfield with the run of the ball. Mainwaring. Penetrating kick down towards Holmes. Glendinning behind. Frawley knocks away. Frawley's going to get a free.
And you can hear by the crowd in the background at long last. St Kilda have done okay in the free kick department, at least statistically. Big pack of players on the centre wing. Turner first to recover. That is in the back, is it not? No.
Well, if Peter-Budge didn't mark that.
If that wasn't an intentional over the boundary line, I'll go here as well.
Jones. Winmar. Onto Barker. Adjacent to the square. To half forward. The Eagles have the height. Ball punched into the open spaces. Cunningham. Lewis breaks the tackle. Flings it out to Malaxos. And there, a nice sidestep. Back to Malaxos. Onto Hart. Hart still inside the square. Clear of Winmar. Brennan, the flyer, at the back. Waiting for it. Frawley. Glendinning on his hammer. Coghlan. In pursuit, Holmes. Won't catch him. Coughlin's kick. Looking for Jones. Mark, free kick. Played the mark. Not a good hand pass from Warren Jones onto Barker, who has to trap it, then try to get the hand pass in. Trevor Barker perhaps making the best of the bad situation set up by Warren Jones. So, hand pass that is best forgot. Time running out for St Kilda. We've been playing nearly 18 minutes in this quarter. Laurie Keane and Jones. Jones wins it. Ball shuffled out to Rice on the centre wing position, leading Lewis in the race for the ball. Boundary line is too close, and we'll see a throw in just past the 18-minute mark of the tour.
Certainly the goal's not coming frequently enough as far as the Saints are concerned. Keane works his way to the front and is rewarded. So in this quarter, St Kilda have added just the 1 goal, and the Eagles none. So it's going to be a short quarter. 21 kicks coming up for Laurie Keane. 13 marks, 6 hand passes, 17 hit outs. He goes in short. The mark is taken by Worsfold. I'm surprised if Laurie Keane marked the boundary as well for this game. Down towards half forward. Off hands, an opportunity for Brennan. 35 metres out, he snaps. He's off target. It bounces through for a behind. 13-13 to 10-9. Michael Brennan spent the first half on the interchange bench. Here's Danny Frawley.
So the Eagles still to score a goal. They've added only 3 behinds in this term. Keane, well, I didn't think that was a mark. I thought a few others had their hands on it. Frawley.
I think the umpire paid that mark to Keane out of habit.
Jeffrey, yes, probably right. I'm not disputing the fact that he's best on ground, though, and single-handedly has demolished the Saints this afternoon. Nathan Burke. Coughlin, he's knocked up trying. Down to half forward. Almost a mark to Burns. Umpire says no. Taking the hand pass of Steve Malaxos. Up to midfield. Trying to get front position. Barker on Brennan. At the back, Elphinston. Matera, fine tackle. Hurried hand pass. The recipient, Barker again. Back towards centre wing. Well, Sheldon, good attempt to mark. McKenna. Gets it back to Malaxos. Daniels, late on the scene. Cormack takes the hand pass. Still at midfield. And time to steady. Ania, a jug. Clear of Daniels. The pass onto Matera in the pocket. Well, very, very close to the boundary line as Wally Matera looking for a lead. And in fact has gone for one. Come off. Glendinning looking for the free kick. Could be penalised for holding it. Well, ultimately paddled out from underneath. We saw the umpires in the last couple of weeks have, at that point at least, been rather hot.
St Kilda have made a change late in the game. Burns going off and coming back on Harvey, and Harvey looks a little bit proppy.
It's the Eagles' advantage after the bounce, but Jeffrey wins it on the ground. Out to the boundary line with the kick, and it crosses it just past the 50-metre mark.
So the Eagles 13-13, St Kilda 10-9. We've played just over 21 minutes now. Very gutsy performance by the Eagles after, I think we best described it, a careless third term. They opened the door for the Saints, but the Saints haven't been good enough so far. Kick comes in towards midfield from Burke, slapped wide, taken by McKenna. He goes to the pocket and finds Matera. Too much carry for him down there, though. Brennan behind, back to Matera. That's the 50-metre line he's on. Spears the pass in, intended for Glendinning. Chance behind. This is Mainwaring through the traffic. Chris Mainwaring. It looks good. That's it.
Firing out the hand pass from half-back. Eagles, though, very solid in defence this afternoon. They've blocked St Kilda out in this final quarter. Though it took the Eagles some 21 minutes to get their first goal for the term. Jeff Miles hustling back to his position. Keane and Jones, well, they've been in the news today. Differing ways. Jones down to Ania. Smothered by Winmar. The crumbs to Elphinston. Well, that's a strong mark to Grant. Picked up by Sheldon, but no advantage there because the mark, not a free kick, had been paid. Otherwise, he would have been able to play on. And David Grant has kicked one goal. Has he not, Don? He has.
Yes, he has kicked the one goal.
So a couple of shots at goal this last quarter. He's taken 3 marks for the term.
He's kicked 2 points as well, David.
Has he sprayed the kick or has it gone through? Wait on the goal umpire. It's a goal. So Burns to St Kilda's leading goal kickers. Lewis has 4 for the Eagles. Matera 2, Glendinning 2, O'Connell and McCormick each 2. Jones with Keane. Jones wins it. Winmar. Mainwaring, good block on Sheldon. Winmar, good enough to get boot the ball and put St Kilda back into attack. With a safe mark on the last line of defence taken by John Ania.
If anything, that breeze is getting stronger as Ania goes around the outer side. Now an opportunity for Daniels. Has he got the accuracy? It looks a pretty good effort. Got it. It's through for a goal. So 24 minutes have gone. The Saints High tackle on Winmar. He's come up into the centre square. On the last two occasions has got it out. So 25 minutes gone. Winmar, look at that on the breeze. They'll contest about 30 metres out. Off hands. Dwyer an opportunity. Gets the hand pass out. Taken by young Harvey. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. Burke gets the hand pass to Sheldon. It needs a steady head now down towards Low. What a great mark in front.
Would have been a free kick.
So the crowd are finding their voice. Is it too little too late?
I think you might be right.
And is he too far out, Stuart Lowe, because he's not the best kick in the world. His 7th mark.
A lot of ponderables there, aren't there? Lowe gets the goal. 10 points the margin. There is time.
Out of the centre, Peter-Budge, Mainwaring, Cunningham, Sheldon on centre wing. They need 2 goals to win it, St.Kilda. Getting excited. Harvey up to the goal square, and Anir will be content to rush it through from behind. 26 3/4 minutes gone. I think time's going to beat them though. St Kilda coming home with, as Dennis said, a strengthening breeze. Scoreboard showing 88 to 97. Must get 2 goals. I don't think they've got enough time, Dennis.
You might be right as Miles goes straight down the middle. Every ball now, every contest is vital. This is Mainwaring. Swings it out wide. Daniel should take the mark. He showed a lot of courage. Couldn't mark it though. Pios steadies towards half forward. Rice is in front. Couldn't take the mark. Lunging after it was Matera. In goes home. Slapped out by Jeffrey. Knocked back by Pios. Jeffrey goes again. On the base of all of that is Barker. And the clock is running. That's the enemy now of St Kilda. Ball up left half back. The Eagles lead 14-13 to 13-10. 27.5 minutes. It's going to be a free kick on the outer side to St Kilda. It'll be taken out there by Dean Rice. Here's Rice then. Towards half forward. Up goes Keane. Worsfold concedes ground but favours Malaxis. Malaxis' hand pass could be intercepted. Knocked away by Lowe. This has to be a goal. Harvey on the left foot, right across the face. In the opposite pocket, Miles goes there with Grant. They lie on the ball and the umpire will move it and bounce it down. Word has just come through that Collingwood are in front by a point against Essendon.
So some thrillers this afternoon. Bounce, right forward pocket for St Kilda. They've got to get a goal here. Anir making sure that they don't. Ball knocked down by Peter-Budge. Overrunning it was Bowie. Mainwaring. No, it's not Mainwaring. It's Lamb trying to get it clear. Oh. Umpire says a bounce, which will take place 50 metres out. Is that the siren?
Yep.
It is. So the Eagles have won it in a thriller at Moorabbin. So the final scores here at the Moorabbin ground. A late run by St Kilda was just too late. Then the Eagles winning 14-13, 97 to St Kilda, 13-10, 88.
Well,
Too little too